Donald Trump has continued his weird obsession of windmills. Of course, he's been against windmills for personal reasons, which we'll get to in just a second. But in the latest episode in this saga, Trump is alleging that windmills might have something to do with why Russia invaded Ukraine. Let's watch.
Definitely wanted Ukraine, loved Ukraine, would never have happened.
What do you see happening next then? Because it seems like the tensions are high. How does this all end? Is this going to be like a long-term thing? How do you see it unfolding?
Well, and I said this a long time ago, if this happens, we are playing right into their hands, green energy. The windmills, they don't work. They're too expensive. They kill all the birds. They ruin your landscapes. And yet the environmentalists love the windmills. And I've been preaching this for years. The windmills, and I had them way down, but the windmills are the most expensive energy you can have, and they don't work. And by the way, they last a period of 10 years, and by the time they start rusting and rotting all over the place, nobody ever takes them down. They just go on to the next piece of prairie or land.
Wait, what does that have to do with how this war could escalate? Because that's what the question was. So like he immediately went to, you know what really grinds my gears? These damn windmills. They're hurting the beautiful view from my properties. That's what this is really about. He's been salty ever since windmills were erected in a place that he didn't like. So to give you those details, when Trump bought land in Scotland to build a golf course and resort, he opposed a plan to build wind turbines on the country's coast. I want to see the ocean. I don't want to see windmills, Trump said in 2006. Then in a speech to the Scottish Parliament in 2012, Trump went even further. I am an expert on tourism.
Of course you are.
If you dot your landscape with these horrible, horrible structures, you will do tremendous damage. Many countries have decided they don't want wind because it doesn't work without massive subsidies. It kills massive amounts of birds and wildlife, as if he cares about birds and wildlife. And there are lots of other reasons. By the way, speaking of killing birds and wildlife, what about your sons doing their little trips to various African countries to slaughter exotic animals?
Yeah, all of a sudden he cares about animals. Yeah. Get out of here. But to be fair to Donald Trump, once they did the windmills, no one went to Scotland anymore. Tourism fell off a cliff. Oh, right, that didn't happen. He's totally full of crap. He's obsessed with how it was gonna affect the value of his golf property.
Exactly.
Of course, I have more hilarious windmill comments in a second, but keep going.
I feel like we should also give you examples of other dumb things he said about windmills in the past. Let's watch.
If you have a windmill anywhere near your house, congratulations. Your house just went down 75% in value. And they say the noise causes cancer. You told me that one, okay? You know, the thing makes it so, and of course it's like a graveyard for birds.
God, he's so dumb.
They say the noise causes cancer. You tell me that one. No, I can't tell you that one because you made that up out of your insane head. Come on, guys, Republicans, come on. Do you really think the noise of wind causes cancer? Do you really believe that? You believe him over, now in this case, not 99% of the scientists in the world, 100% of the scientists. There isn't anyone who thinks wind or the noise from wind or the noise from windmills causes cancer. He just made up that outrageous, ridiculous thing out of nowhere. And he does it all the time, because why? He's obsessed with himself. Ukrainians are dying? Who cares? You know what happened to my Scottish golf property in 2012?
100%.
10 years ago, and he still hasn't let it go.
No.
They're dying in the streets and they bombed a hospital. Well, let me tell you about my golf properties.
Insane.
I got one more quote for you on windmills. He said, I never understood wind. You know, I know windmills very much.
Nailed it.
But they're noisy, they kill the birds. This guy's the biggest bird lover in America. Okay, you wanna see a bird graveyard? Go under a windmill someday. You'll see more birds than you've ever seen in your life.
The guy who doesn't believe in the climate emergency, which is killing, it's destroying the habitat for so many different types of animals. We have animals that are about to go extinct as a result of our carelessness, our unwillingness to do anything substantive in response to the climate emergency. But don't worry, Trump is concerned about the bird graveyards that are piling up in wind turbine areas across the country.
Of course. But he never understood wind, but he knows windmills very much.
Very much.
Okay, all right. But I realized at this late date, because we've covered the story a couple times, and this is just the latest version of him going on this rant. How did I miss it the whole time? He's Don Quixote. He's chasing after windmills. Okay, his name is even Don Quixote Trump. Okay, he's a character out of a novel. He's constantly fighting the windmills. They're like, okay, now what do you think we should do to fight the Russians who are killing the Ukrainians? No, we should fight the windmills instead. Literal, okay. For all these years, a third of the country at a minimum worships a guy who is that mentally unstable.
Windmills.
Maybe that's the noise in his head. It's got the rest of us sick, that's for sure.
By the way, there's a ton of wind turbines in the Palm Springs area. I don't hear anything. Where does the what's the noise? There's noise. Actually, what's a little creepy about them is there's no noise, right? You see these hills with a ton of wind turbines and it's super quiet. It kind of creeps me out.
No, they're the quiet killer. Spreading cancer everywhere with their wind noise. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.